If you don't know already, my name is Corey and this channel is Salty Escape. My family and I live aboard this 42-foot catamaran sailboat and we're getting ready to do the unthinkable. We're leaving suburbia. We're leaving our jobs and everything behind. But before we can even conceive of leaving everything behind, we need this boat to be outfitted for long distance, off the grid living. And one of the most important things is power. A few videos ago, we installed this arch.
So something scary happened. We got the feet in and all of a sudden the front feet were not touching the deck at all. We got all 4 feet in and they were not anywhere close. But we got to looking at it and we realized that the arch had shifted and it was no longer level. The back was much lower than the front. So I went up to the mast and I cranked up the halyard and it came back forward. So now Corey's gonna check the level because it looks a lot better and all 4 feet are touching in about the same spots on both sides.
Yep. We installed this arch to hold solar, and then in the last video we had a custom fabricated rack installed on top of that arch so that we could mount our solar panels to it. Watch the light as we come through. All right guys, we got the rack on. Up here, I'm gonna get some bracing on here where these little pins have been welded on. They're gonna go down to here. I've got everything has been ordered, it arrived, so now we're gonna get that going. Today is a big day because we're going with step 2 to install the solar. First step was to get this rack on, and it's on. Second step is to run the wires, and then the third step is to actually put the solar panels on and hook them up. Today is running wires. I have got way too much time invested in this with my thought in my own mind of how we're going to do it. We bought our old catamaran in October of 2020 to take our family cruising, and we immediately started tackling a lot of the renovations on the boat while knowing nothing about boat work. So far, we've completely made over the salon and the galley, as well as almost the entire electrical system. Now, we're trying to convert this boat into an owner's version. Make sure to subscribe, and hopefully, we're going to set sail this winter. See where those bolts are right there, or just on the underside right here. I'm going to drill a hole, and then that hole is going to feed wires through this tube right here, and then they're going to come out right about there, and then I have already drilled a hole right there. So a few weeks ago, I saw on Sailing Spoondrifter, they were doing their arch and their solar, and they had the same problem. They had to get wires through it, and so they made a little ghost like this with a thread. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to climb up there and I'm going to put it in that hole. Do you see the hole I drilled?
Yeah.
And you're going to take the shop vac and you're going to suck this hole right here, and we're going to hope that the ghost comes flying down through there and pops right out, and then we have a string through.
Do you think that'll work? What do you think, Joe?
I don't know.
Can you hold the ghost for a moment and hand it to me when I get there?
I thought you were gonna hang it from the ceiling.
Oh, we can do that later.
We can hang some ghosts from our back. We can find some ghosts and hang them from the
Okay, I'll
arch.
take the ghost.
That would be silliness. We get the blue lights up there, it would be spooky.
That's true. Hopefully
We
we'll
need
have
our
blue,
pumpkin.
blue lights today. I'll go ahead and get the ghost started here. I don't think so. I have my doubts as well.
Alright.
Okay, I have the thread.
There you go. Ready?
Yeah.
That was fast.
Did it work?
That was lightning speed.
Careful
Here,
not
let
to
it go.
rip it.
Let it go. Let's do it again.
Let's not do it again.
Feed him up into the hole a tiny bit. I didn't it went. Feed him up in there.
What are you doing?
That was fun. I want to do it again.
We're gonna have to do it again on the other side.
That was fun. Okay, ghost is up here.
Ready?
Now watch up here. Watch up here when mommy turns that on. Here, I'm holding the end of the string.
You're gonna be sure.
Ready?
There it is.
Ghost in the pocket.
That's hilarious. Okay, well, we have a tracer line here. All right, we got the little thread, I'm sure you can't see it, tied to the string here. This is a heavier string, so this ought to be plenty stout enough to pull wire through. Ellie, you can go ahead and tug that through. There it is. Ellie, you ready? Yeah. Go ahead and...
Oh gosh.
Oh, sorry.
Stuck.
Slow, feels slow to me, but still progress. We're still making progress. I don't know if you can see up here these little mushroom antennas that are kind of hanging there upside down right there. Those guys, that is the GPS antenna and the AIS antenna. So those are really important. We've got them fished up and in, and they need to go over here on this bar right here, somewhere out there towards the aft of the boat. And I keep saying I'm on a budget. We don't want to spend money on things, so we're trying to figure out ways to do things with the stuff we have that also doesn't look overly like janky. So that's been kind of a challenge. But over here, set my tools down. Over here, this is the old solar panel. We need to salvage some pieces off of this. This guy right here is going to work perfect for one of those antennas, those mushroom antennas. I just need to get it off of here. And then I've already removed a piece from right here where these holes are. Let me show you. On the other side, we have this piece right here. And I'm going to install it exactly the way that it is installed on here. We're going to bolt it to the underside of our aluminum frame. And then I have two of those mushroom antennas, and I only had one of these, so I bought another one, and it's going to go on here like so, and then the mushroom will bolt onto it, and then we'll be good as gold as far as that goes. So I think this is going to work out well. As I'm looking at this, it would have been ideal if the cord could have come up through this hole, but I think the mushroom antennas, I keep calling them that. I don't know if that's what they're called. That's what I'm calling them. I think that they have like a little slot for the cord. Well, I hope so. Otherwise, we're going to have to run the cords again, and I guess we can do that. I really don't want to do that, but I guess we can if we have to. So let's pull the stuff off of here so we can get ready to clean this up and reuse it. So salvaging parts from wherever they could find them. 10 millimeter, absolutely. Okay, let's see if we can get that off. Notice this one is double nutted, and the other side is not. But both of these were long bolts and then cut off. And then for added fun, we have galvanic corrosion going on here because they used galvanized metal with stainless fittings and then aluminum here, so it's just a mess of all kinds of weirdness. Not to mention much heavier than it needed to be. And we have one slotted screw here and then a Phillips over there. Okay, that's at least loose. Okay, that, yep, yay, okay. I think that these bolts here are just trash. I don't think that there's any use in keeping them. I've got these mostly cleaned up. This one has some big gouging in it, but that's okay. I've just sanded them down smooth, and this will be fine. And then I need to mark to install these guys, and then they're going to mount on, this will be the undersurface that mounts. So we're going to go ahead and make a couple of marks somewhere right about there, somewhere right about there, right about there. We'll go ahead and drill those out, get ready to set some screws in. I've got these screws here that I salvaged from a different old project, something I removed from the boat. They look like 3/16 stainless, Pretty sure they are, and they're gonna work perfectly for this. This is gonna work out beautifully.
I am rigging up our reeving or sheave system for our dinghy.
Block and tackle?
We call it block and tackle, but when you search it, it's like reeving or sheave system. I don't know. Anyways, so we're rigging that up for our dinghy, and we've gone with a 6-to-1 purchase. So we got 3 and 3.
So we have 3 here, and then there's 3 down there.
Yeah.
Right?
This block has a becket. That's where we will tie the line, and then one of the lines will be over and will be used to pull the dinghy up. This will be at the top of our arch, and you will pull the line to make the dinghy come up. So we're trying to do this really fast because sun's going down, but apparently most of the time people do this wrong, and I actually thought you just looped and went, but that's not how you do it. It's a pattern basically. So I found this guy on YouTube. Shout out to we'll put a link. The video's only had 173 views, but it's very good. So I'm gonna watch this to help me figure out how to reeve this up.
Through your pulleys is the correct diameter, and make sure that the pulleys are spread apart.
You go all different ways. Like we went through the top once. Now we're going through the we're going through the top.
Bottom, you're going in along the bottom.
And then this way.
Along the top,
Now this one we're going this way, which was not how we did
come
it.
through the bottom. You're going to go through your last sheet, which is your central sheet.
Central sheet, but we're going up and under. Figure that one out.
Okay. Now you're going to need to give yourself a little bit more here. Also, make sure you give yourself a little bit room.
Okay.
That way, you go to tie your becket.
Pull that a little bit, will you?
To do it.
Pull this.
Yeah, just a little
Give
bit.
yourself a little bit
Perfect.
more room.
Thank you. Perfect. Awesome. Awesome. That's perfect. Okay. And now we got to tie
Now,
a bowl
you're
in.
going to go through your thimble.
You want to hold that in that mommy's holding? Yeah. And mommy will pull? Yeah, that's obviously the lifting one. That's the purchase end, right?
Where do I hold it?
I'll just hold this, you hold that, and mommy's gonna pull this rope like we're lifting the dinghy. Hold it back, Al, hold it back.
Alright guys, we bought this. These are dinghy lift slings. Very heavy duty nylon straps with a heavy duty attachment. 316 stainless. We're gonna use this to lift our dinghy in the air. It'll keep it balanced from slipping. We're gonna be lifting our dinghy much higher up, and these should work really well. We'll put a link down below to Amazon, but we did buy these on Defender because we have a Defender First membership and they had a sale. So this is our new lift on this side for the dinghy. This line is so slippery. This is sliding right off the deck. 6-to-1 ratio, okay? So I'm just gonna try to lift this in because before I could not lift this end of our boat. It is so stinking heavy. This is where the gas is.
Not the engines.
Yeah, not the engine side. We were thinking we might need winches because our dinghy is kind of heavy. But I don't know that we will because this is not bad at all.
This is one of our Panasonic 340 watt solar panels. Just one. And there's going to be 4 go up there on the rack. So the Panasonic panels, although we really don't expect to ever be able to take advantage of a warranty, they do have a warranty, and they say if you make any modifications, drill into the frame or anything at all, then it voids the warranty. So we're going to try to make use of these existing holes here. But what I need to do, I don't think that I can pick this up and put it up on the rack and then mark these, because the only way to mark it for me would be to mark it from the inside like this. I don't think that I have any way to do that. So what I'm gonna do instead is the trusty trick with the strips, like so. And we're gonna make a pattern. So I'm gonna make a pattern, I'm gonna hot glue this sucker together, and then we'll just take the pattern, we'll lay it up there, and I'll have a template exactly where my holes are gonna be. I can drill all my holes, and then all I have to do is lay the panels up and mount them. Right? Seems easy. let's just try to get this edge up on here.
Okay.
And then you'll push as much as you can, and I think I can do the rest. Ready? You got to lift your end. Push hard. Let go.
This is it. I can't reach any higher.
Yeah, scoot it carefully so it doesn't go off the edge.
Am I touching? Yeah, but you would. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Are you okay?
I'm short. One of the joys of being short. Oh, oh goodness.
We're putting these little rubber pads in between the panel and the frame, the rack, just for a little bit of vibration absorption, but also because where the fabricator welded, these beads of weld here are not allowing it to sit nice and smooth. So this is 1/8 inch and it's just enough. So yeah, we're calling it anti-vibration rubber, but it's really more of a spacer. So that's...
The stick's preventing you from doing anything.
Well, I can get the flat washer and the nut started.
Yeah.
And that is something.
Right. And you can do these two from up top, and that'd be easier.
Okay, we're about to hit a milestone. I apologize for my sweaty, unkept appearance. I'm in Carter's room, up here in the closet. If you remember, we built this board here a few months back. This was part of our stepwise approach to installing solar. So we have 4 340 watt panels on the back on the arch that are going in still. We have 2 of them hung and 1 of them is actually bolted in place. In here we have 4 30 amp 100/30 Victron MPPTs, and then down here we have 120 MPPTs. Those are for the flexible panels. That's going to be the last phase. Everything in here is ready to go. I've got one solar panel outside ready to plug in. We've got breakers underneath the bed where the batteries are, and we've already switched them on. And so Becky's gonna plug in the panel outside, and then we're gonna flip this stuff on and watch for smoke. We are plugging in panel number 3. So they're labeled from starboard to port 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we've got on-off kill switches over here, and then we have circuit breakers here, and we also have circuit breakers down below. Each smart controller here has an onboard fuse as well. Okay, so she's told me that it's plugged in, so we're gonna go ahead and flip on the breaker here for number 3.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Are you flipping it on?
I flipped on the breaker, and now we have, I didn't think my main was on, but I've got a blinking blue light that says bulk.
Okay, let's see what we got up here.
So apparently these are on. I thought that they were off. I should probably...
It's now lit up, but it says nothing's coming in yet. 0.
Alright, so I thought that all of my switches were off, but apparently they were all on. And so when I kicked the breaker on, it started working. So I've turned all the other switches off.
Okay.
That's kind of frustrating because
Is it on going down to the battery yet? Because it says no watts are coming in.
Yeah, it should be. You flipped the yellow breakers down there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what's going on. I know what's going on. The Victron Connect is showing up that she can now see it on the board, but it's not turned on. I just turned on all the other ones.
It says 0 watts are coming in.
It's not. I was wrong. I had them backwards. So the switches, I just turned them all on, which is fine because they're not connected to anything. So when I flip that breaker, now we got power from the batteries coming to it, and it's feeding it, and you're seeing it on the board, but nothing's coming in. So when I flip the switch here, that's when we either have good news or smoke.
Can we take it upstairs and see if there's good news on our screen?
Sure.
Okay, Corey is gonna flip on these solar panels just a second. The one, and we're gonna see what comes in. All right, it did show up. Okay, flip it on. Awesome! We got 215 watts coming in. 230. 181, 143, 117, 152, 227. It's working!
But that's a lot of wattage.
So we are down to crunch time, and tomorrow is my last day of work. It's been very bittersweet. It's a very tough decision to leave a job that you've had for years and know that you will not have stable income for however long this adventure is. So that's been kind of nervous, guys, but thank you all for being with us. Thank you to our newest patron, Via Vitae. We appreciate your support. All of our patrons, thank you so much. And everybody who's subscribed and is following us and giving us support along the way, we really appreciate you guys. We're looking forward to bringing you all with us as we travel south. We are just looking forward to the journey at this point, just getting out of here and seeing stuff and taking our time. But we've got about probably 2 weeks of work on this dock. A week to see family, and then we're out of here. Probably right before the first of the year. We were trying to make it faster. We can't do it. We were just work and everything. We just ran out of time. So we're gonna get there though. We're getting out of here before the first of the year, and we will bring you along. Everybody take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Bye.